Guys, it's Jen, Not a Real Farm. So here we are in the garden this afternoon, and I've got my trusty tiller with me. Looks like my job this afternoon is going to be tilling up the garden and then placing some of our garlic cloves in the garden. It might seem a little bit early, but the nighttime temperatures are now going down into single digits, and I want to make sure that the garlic has enough time to root and basically get ready for winter. So this is kind of a weird climate this year. And it's always a difficult climate anyways here in a zone 3, because zone 3, you could be plus 25 today in mid-September, but I've known it to actually snow in October. I want to show you the size of the cloves that we're planting today. So this is an elephant garlic that we're planting. Take a look at the size of the cloves. Let me just drop 2 here. That is 1 clove of garlic. Isn't that amazing? So as you well know, the elephant garlics are not necessarily a true garlic. They're actually related to artichoke. So if you're somebody who likes a taste of garlic but likes something with a little bit of a milder taste to it, then you probably would like the elephant garlic. So we're going to plant these in the garden, but first I got to get this tilled up. But look at the size of that. It's just beautiful, amazing. Almost looks like I'm vacuuming, doesn't it? So here we go. So I have tilled up just half of the garden bed for now. And then basically all I do is I till my weeds under so it continuously feeds the soil. So I try not to use as much as I can any kind of commercial feeding for my garlic. I try to really get the garlic to do what it needs to do on its own, or any plant for that matter. So we've got some really great, beautiful, rich, healthy dirt. And now what we're going to be doing is we are going to be raking this out, raking out whatever little weeds sort of stick out with their roots. And then we're going to be planting. Here come our friends out of the dirt. You want to make sure you've got wigglers in your garden. That's good. When you see lots of worms, you've got yourself some healthy soil and a healthy ecosystem. So now what you can see is what I'm doing is I'm really just fluffing up the soil, because what happens is I have to make sure that when I'm planting elephant garlic, I'm pushing it down, pushing the cloves down anywhere between 2.5 to 3 inches. In this climate, in a zone 3, elephant garlic is really not impressed with how cold it gets in the winter. And so I have to actually push it down a little bit further than what is normally suggested in order for it to survive. So I've seen it here where I live get down to anywhere between minus 45 and 46 Celsius in the winter. And I think that also counts as Fahrenheit too, if I'm correct. At some point we match up between Celsius and Fahrenheit when it gets cold. So we're going to do that. We're going to take the cloves now and we are going to plant them in the ground. Here we have it. So the bed now, all the garlic, the elephant garlic has been planted in this half of the bed. And as you can see, what I've done is I've actually raked out and covered this part of the bed neatly. And now we wait and see what happens. You are going to get sometimes, I'm sure if you planted garlic before, you'll sometimes get it where the garlic cloves sort of have damage on them and they're not really viable for planting. So what we do is we just call this kitchen garlic, and we actually just take it in and use it and eat it up. But we have over 50 cloves in one half of the bed. So let's see what kind of garlic harvest we get out of our elephant garlic for next summer. Thanks for joining me today, guys. See you soon.